Sanders and Shedeur Sanders, all I can say is I think it's disgusting. I don't understand what the heck's going on with this. Fifth player on my board. It's never happened before in 47 years where a player that high has dropped this far into the fourth round. A quarterback that's sitting there in round 4 with other quarterbacks being taken who aren't as good as Shedeur, aren't even close.
Because how in the hell does 32 teams in the National Football League pass on a quarterback that was universally recognized as one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the country entering this draft, and 32 teams passed on him, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 different times they passed on him? How the hell does that happen?
It's so obvious that all the kid needs is game reps, let alone practice reps. Let them play the damn games. Could you believe we wasted our time with Jesus God? Hey man, all I know is they should have had this kid in from the beginning of the year. God knows where they'd be right now. Where'd he be right now? His development. His throw down the sidelines to Harold Fannin was right on the fingertips. Insane.
Felt like they took the training rules off, right? They let him play because everything else was so conservative. And today they started letting him throw the ball.
Yeah.
And he threw the ball and he looked good. He looked confident. And another thing, he ran the ball. Today I was like, you know what? This is how I know he's in his bag. This is how I know he's comfortable because he's scrambling.
This is the reason why they didn't want Shedeur starting in the first place. Because now you see
what he's capable of. Because everybody said if he'd have started at the beginning of the season, what could we have been?
Get through tonight. Shedeur Sanders was better than I thought.
And a lot of you, like me, never wavered because we saw the talent with our own eyes. I believed in Shedeur Sanders from day one. I thought this dude was a can't-miss quarterback, a legit future Pro Bowler waiting to happen at the next level. And honestly, the only thing holding him back from that label or from the hype and expectations the league should have had was his last name.
This isn't a talent issue. This isn't a can-do issue. This transcended that. And that's why I think of anybody on that list that you have, a fifth round guy, none of them had the skill set that this young man has. This is not about can you play the position. This is about do we want you to play the position for us? That's what this game.
Why wouldn't they, Lou?
Well, this is personal.
I see,
and we know that
he had an off-the-field issue. No, he has not.
Mel, you don't have to sell it to me.
No, I don't know what we're talking about here.
You're right.
Something.
You're right. Yes, you're right. But you know what? But Mel, the draft has spoken.
That's the key, Mel. It's not putting a value judgment on whether those who have right or wrong. They did.
Yep.
So now, whenever you're in circumstances in life, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, whether they're fair or whether they're unfair, you might have to deal with it.
I know it. A lot of you know it too. And now everybody else is starting to see it as well.
Throw to Judy was a thing of beauty.
Feel me? And another thing today is I felt like they took the training rules off, right? They let him play because everything else was so conservative. And today they started letting him throw the ball.
Yeah.
And he threw the ball and he looked good. He looked confident. And another thing, he ran the ball. Today I was like, you know what? This is how I know he's in his bag. This is how I know he's comfortable because he's scrambling.
Yeah.
Right? And it ain't got to be for 50 yards and all that, but it was small things. Okay, it's 2nd and 8, and I'm getting some pressure. Okay, boom, 10-yard run, first down. Shedeur gonna be hard to game plan for, yo. Because right now, like, I don't know his ceiling.
And one of the most satisfying things yesterday, Shedeur went out there and showed up big time. He did absolutely everything on that field that they said he couldn't do.
What makes us think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be that good? He throws sideways. He took 1 million sacks.
Whoa.
And 31 teams failed.
Yeah, more likely than not, the Browns' 2026 quarterback is not on this roster. They have those picks, and we can agree upon that. I'm very apprehensive of moving on from Gabriel too quickly for Sanders for a couple of reasons. Mainly, first of all, what we saw in the preseason. Gabriel pretty dramatically outplayed him, and the way he outplayed him, too, is a big part of why they're making this move to Gabriel.
But the reality is the Browns' 2026 quarterback is very clearly not on the roster right now. They have their own pick. They've got the Jags pick. They've got some of the ammunition in the draft. That's great. I don't understand why they didn't just focus on improving the offensive line, which has been absolutely horrible, and there's injuries and all of that, so that when the next quarterback does come in, they are maximizing his ability to succeed.
And like I said, he went out there yesterday and he did everything they said he couldn't do. And don't even come at me with, it was just the Tennessee Titans. The Titans have a legit defense, led by Denard Wilson, one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. Up front, they've got Jeffrey Simmons, a guy who's relentless on the quarterback and makes running the ball a nightmare, especially through the middle. Shedeur is actually the leading rusher in that game, which is insane because running the ball against the Titans, nearly impossible. They had no run game to speak of. The defense was predictable. Everyone knew exactly what they were going to do. They expected him to have to pass the ball, and he did it anyway, as a rookie in just his third start.
I think he has the tools to be a very good quarterback in the NFL. I do. But I think he needs somebody that believes in him. I think he needs somebody in his corner. And I'm not so sure that the Browns organization is in his corner. I think they're playing him. I think the fan base is so in Shedeur's corner. I don't really think they have a choice. I don't. They didn't see this. They didn't think he could do this. And the people that's hating on him didn't think he could do that. That's a damn good Titans defense. That's a damn good Titans defense.
Mm-hmm.
And he just threw for almost 400 yards. If there's somebody that we're Ty Simpson, Gunnar Stockton, is there somebody that we don't know that you think right now that gonna come into the league and that would be substantially better than Shedeur?
Are we forgetting what the owner said? The GM said? He was not my pick. This is not who I wanted. Publicly. Those are the type of things that you don't say out loud. Those are the things that you think in your head, that you tell those amongst you that sit up there in the seats with the ties and the jackets on. You don't say it in front of the camera. You don't. That is why things are going the way they're going. Unfortunately, you got to a situation where now he has to start.
Yeah.
Now he has to start. And there's a reason why you didn't want him to start, because you understood if he got in there with ample time, with the right reps, this is what you get. This is what you get. When opportunity meets preparation, this is the shit you get. So what do we have to do? On my end, Nico Collins, who is basically Stefanski right now in the situation, we go down on 2 scores, I'm gonna go for 2. That ain't Stefanski doing that. That's not him calling that. That's coming from a higher power, man.
Chad.
And so, as they say, it is what it is. The fact that Kevin Stefanski still has a job, and likely will for the rest of the season, just shows you that top brass were on board. A lot of these calls, a lot of these decisions are coming from above. And Stefanski, whether right or wrong, has to take the fall for it. But as I said, his still having a job tells you everything you need to know. Beyond that, it was great to see all the love Shedeur was getting at the end of the game. You could clearly see he's got support and respect from his teammates.
You selling tickets. You selling motherfucking tickets. Keep going, bro. Good shit, man. Good day. Good shit, sir. Good shit, boy. Hey, keep your head up. Keep balling, bro. Keep balling, bro. Hey.
And so they're riding with him. They're showing love, making sure he keeps his head up. Obviously, they still want to go out there and compete. They want to beat the other team. They want to win. But at the end of the day, a lot of them see the bigger picture. And so that was really good to witness. But that's my take on it. Those are my thoughts. You guys go ahead and keep that conversation popping in the comments below like we always do. And if you haven't yet, make sure you smash that hype button. Hype me up on this one. And as always, peace and chaos.